Yeah, man. I the bad man, Benty. Yeah. Yo, so look, man. We got another react. You feel me? Stop playing. You know, open mic alumni. You know what I'm saying? On the Math Hoffa platform. You know what I'm saying? Salute to Big Dog right there. You feel me? We got another react on one of my songs called Dear Butterfly, Shine on Me. You know, without further ado, we just gonna hop into the video. Feel me?
It's muddy outside, man. All right, let's see what we got. You're all by yourself. You feel me? Blane Bent.
Yeah.
Blane Bent, another open mic alumni. Shout out to Blane Bent. Dear Butterfly, shine on. Dear Butterfly, shine on. Now, I need to explain to some of y'all, like Blane Bent has this style of innuendo. It's a blend of a lot of things. You're gonna hear a lot of familiar or just things that lead somewhere. He's a very meticulous writer, but he has vibes. He can sing. He knows how to harmonize. Like shout out to, like he has a sound. Shout out to my man Blane Bent, man.
I do.
Blane, I don't know if you in the chat, but shout out to you.
Yes, and I was.
Dear Butterfly, shine on.
I want to drink my Dr. Pepper so bad. Dr. Pepper.
Can't believe my aunt slid in the hearse. Fam, I know life short. We can't uno reverse. If only God skipped your turn.
I think this moment I set the Apple Music link instead of the Spotify. So I think it only played like the preview. So I think he's gonna like run it back. You feel me?
You gave me a 20 and we pulled up to Circus City. Caught my first Final Fantasy auntie. Remember me and Manny in the back of a limo. We sipping Pepsi at Clearstream Elementary. Good times, I swear I won't let them fade. Before I taper off into the grave, I'm getting paid. Always looked up to Uncle Mike, he self-made. The Pathfinder was $3.99 and I paved the way, give the glory to God.
Man, I want to thank God for this. I really want to thank God for this. And I love all of you guys. I want to thank family, man. This is all about family and blessings and long life, health, wealth, and a beautiful life that's ahead of us. So thank you guys. One love, one respect.
Yeah.
See the signs of a nigga getting rich. Got steps in the bathroom, it's levels to this shit. And I mean that, y'all live goofily ever after. Me, I lived a fabulous life in my next chapter.
Yo, Blane, if you got this on Spotify, send it through Spotify.
Yeah.
I got Apple Music, but it's on my phone. I'm gonna have to.
Oh yeah, he was on the laptop. You know, and that's another thing too. You know, I don't really be on the Spotify like that, but for moments like these, you know, I'm gonna just send the Spotify links. You know what I'm saying? So if y'all use Spotify like that, give your boy a follow or throw some of the joints in the playlist and all that. You know what I mean? Help me out, help me grow. You feel me? But if you would like to hear some exclusive shit, you know, or just early release stuff, definitely hit my SoundCloud.
Yeah, I can't.
At Blane Bent.
While I'm on.
You feel me? But I'm everywhere though. All streams either way. It's just some songs gotta live on the cloud.
Dear Butterfly, shine on me.
And I think he goes to the YouTube.
Blane.
Yeah. Shout outs to the topic page.
Dear
You feel me? It's your boy.
Bravo Bagazo.
From the top, Jack. Yeah. From my late auntie, Julia. You feel me? Hey, you know that I got love for you. Hey, show me the way to victory. And I know that things will never be the same. I believe, shine your light on me.
As I shed mad tears over the verse, still can't believe my aunt slid in the hearse. Fam, I know life short, we can't Uno reverse. If only God skipped your turn, would it be worse? See, I feel like something.
And peep the artwork.
The family know that I'm the wild card with the deuce in the top. What's up? And quick draw fours, settle scores, but she never lived with hate in her heart to start a war. Dear auntie, remember when you gave me a 20 and we pulled up to Circus City, caught my first Final Fantasy auntie. Remember me and Manny in the back of a limo, we sipping Pepsi at Clearstream Elementary. Good times, I swear I won't let them fade. Before I take her off into the grave, I'm getting paid. Always looked up to Uncle Mike, he self-made. The Pathfinder was free 99 and I paved the way, give the glory to God.
Man, I want to thank God for this. I really want to thank God for this, and I love all you guys, and thank family, man. This is all about family, and
you know, some records, I think this was, it was a little ad ski. Some records, they don't really need a structure, you feel me?
See the signs of a nigga getting rich, got steps in the bathroom, it's levels to this shit, and I mean that, y'all live goofily ever after. Me, I lived a fabulous life in my next chapter. Took another hefty loss this year, but God is gracious. Janice in the sky, take care. I learned the art of stooping glass. I could sell to the upper class, and all I did was quit BJ's for Blane's journeys. All you bubblegum bum rappers,
hey, every Luffy, you catch a two-piece. So many pack will punch the elephant gun.
Shook ones better run from the mic, cause y'all on thin ice. A true ethic Obama with a conqueror hockey.
Yeah.
Ain't no goalie to block me, ain't no rollie that shiny.
Got the blessing from auntie.
Rims in the sky, wild grind from the family. Need an ounce of your love,
Turtle doves from Benty. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine. Hey. Whew. Icy.
Yo, condolences on your loss, brother.
Appreciate you.
Dope joint, Blane Bent. It's Blane, man. It's Blane.
You feel
Blane.
me? That's how we
Blane.
do.
Send me the man, I'm gonna keep playing them, bro.
Bravo Bagazo.
Love.
Come on, man.
My man said, steps. He said a ladder to the. He said a ladder to the bathroom. There's levels to the shit.
You feel me? Close.
I forget the ball, but I caught it.
You
I caught it.
You know, you gotta throw a little. You feel me? You feel me?
Good delivery. Shout out to Blane, man. Shout out to Blane. Always love. Always love.
You know.
And condolences again on your loss.
Thank you.
All right. What do we have left?
Boom. So yeah, man. Dear Butterfly, Shine on Me. Like I said before, you know, some records, man, they don't really need structure where you either throw the hook in the beginning and bring it back in the middle and then one more time at the end, or, you know what I mean? Like, a lot of the times, man, when it's a flow, a stream of consciousness and it's nothing but raw emotion, like, sometimes it ain't even about creating like a thing to just sing along. Like, you can be creative and tactful by making certain lines become melodies, infectious melodies, or infectious lines that could have been a hook. You know what I'm saying? But it's only in that moment of time, you know? And as I travel through those moments of time where I'm melodic, where I'm brash on the verse, or when I'm reflecting about times, you know, with my cousin and shit like that, the song really takes a life of its own. You know what I'm saying? So to all the artists out there, I implore you, I encourage y'all to listen to not just your mind and your heart and soul on what you feel is required to make, but as well as the sound, right? Like, when I heard the beat, you know, maybe there was a pocket or an area where I could have brought a hook back and stuff like that. But for me, how I was flowing and the subject matter that I was talking about, it just seemed like, if I can create breaks in between, that'll be enough, because I'm not trying to at this point sell it to you on some commercial shit, on some like, yo, I'm gonna get the fans with this one. Like some records, not and I can't even say some because all my records to me are like my children. You feel me? I'm proud of everything I've put out, and of course, there's some records where we have the intent to, do commercial things. There's other records where it's like it's in the moment, hip hop's having a moment, so I'm reacting to it. And there's other records where it's like, I'm going through some shit and, you know, um, I want to remember it forever. You feel me? And the thing about that record that's sad as hell is that like I talked to my aunt a lot, before she passed. And because of that, I never had like voicemails or, you know, um, I didn't really record videos like that because a lot of my people are in the city or in the South. And so, it it taught me something that you know, time is flying by and I most definitely could have made more memories with her before, she was gone, to where I could have had footage that I could have pulled the audio from and then insert it in the song, and all that I did have was literally when I think maybe it was like 2015 or 2016 where we was at the Rockefeller Center in the city, in Manhattan. I think that's where it is at least. And they had the big Christmas tree out there. You feel me? They had the big Christmas tree out there. And I went far back on my Instagram. Literally, I went all the way back there. And I found that clip, and it was just a brief clip too. Like it wasn't like we were talking and I was just recording while we were talking. It was just like a brief clip of me being like, yo, I'm with my auntie and da 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 da. And she's like, hey, what's up? You know what I mean? That's all I got was that, hey, what's up? To the fans that, we was talking to the phone, and that's all I got. You know what I mean? And that shit fucked me up, man. I'm not even gonna lie to y'all. That shit really, and that's why I put it in the intro of the song. You feel me? I put that shit in the intro. And then I was like, funny enough, that's really all I need for the intro. And then as I'm singing in the intro before I start the verse, when I end my verse, I have her brother, which is my uncle, Michael, Uncle Michael, I have him where we already went to the funeral and then the following day was the kickback. And so on the kickback, we're all in my aunt's backyard, which is her sister, Curly. And we all in her backyard. We got good food, good music, domino playing, Ludi playing. You know what I'm saying? It's a whole vibe. You got basically the whole family network damn near in that backyard, and we all raised our glasses, just celebrating life and talking about how we should just be there for each other more so. Um be there for each other more so in life rather than always showing up when there's a funeral. You feel me? And I took that shit real personal because it's easy to you know work hard and spend money in your own little world, and you know you're all for self, you're all for your goals, and you want to accelerate your process into becoming something, and maybe even having some capital to then take care of your family, and it's like you put in all of these hours and days and months and years into your craft, and you don't take account all the birthdays you missed, all the vacays you missed, all the just regular link ups. You know what I'm saying? It don't gotta be attached to something grandiose. And it's easy to just live your own life and just say fuck everybody, and Just recently my uncle turned 60. Uncle Everton, he just turned 60. You know what I'm saying? And I said, nah, like I gotta pop out for that. I was on the fence because I was strapped for cash. And, thanks to my lady, we was able to make that happen either way. And I brought my man's aunt with me. You know what I'm saying? Like just so they could meet the folks for the first time and at the same time just be there in life, instead of mourning and grieving. You know what I'm saying? Like and I want to do it not just because it was a birthday now. I want to do it just cuz I feel like it. You know what I'm saying? And I know this shit gonna cost money and all of that, and we gonna figure that out. But her passing triggered something in me to do that. And I hate that it had to be, her in that way. So I'm just like, yo, like, let me just make this song. Like I said, the artwork, if you pay attention to my catalog, I have a 2-pack called Turtle Doves. I'm a fan of Home Alone. When you understand the symbolism of the doves and what that means, you know, um, shit, like I ain't no cap in my rap. I got it right here. You know what I'm saying? I got them right here. Stop playing with me. You feel me? You see how easy it was for me to just pull some doves off the speaker like that? Like, stop playing with me. Like, I really, I really am about what I create, what I do. And the butterfly, what's significant to that is that my aunt, back when I had Facebook, she had a monarch butterfly as her profile picture for a long time. So butterflies was like her thing. You feel me? Even though her name was like Julia B, like, B, you know what I mean? But she had that butterfly, and I kid you not, like when I found out she passed and all of that, you know, and I was at work, I literally got a whole video for 6, 7 minutes of a butterfly. That same style in the arc of the butterfly. I had that same butterfly just chilling on my Crocs. And I ain't even moved because I was just trying to figure out like how long it was gonna stay there. I got the video proof. I don't have to cap. I got the video proof. I just upload it on YouTube. What? Who gonna do what, right? So, I don't have to sell it to you to be dramatic and superstitious. That butterfly was on my Crocs for that amount of time. You know what I'm saying? And I kind of felt like maybe that is Auntie talking to me somehow in a weird way. It was sunny out. It was just flapping around, just always around me, and then it just landed on me. You know what I'm saying? So I'm big into, spirituality and music and, just energy and vibe, and my whole family is like that. I come from that. I come from that type of stock. So, that's what I'm choosing to believe, that's the form she took. Like I'm not even gonna do no coincidence talk. That's what it was. You know what I'm saying? And so with that combination in my mind, with the turtle dove symbolism, I was like, yeah, like, for the artwork, I hit up my dude's Ainge and I was just like, yo, like, this is what I'm thinking about. And just me writing a letter, like, and it was a simple artwork, but it was effective. You know what I'm saying? So that's for Auntie, and that's also for a lady named Janice that I used to take care of too. I gave her a couple of bars, near the ending. Um, that was a great woman. She helped me out greatly in life. And her family. We're doing what we can right now to, just further solidify things on her behalf, but overall it was like the chances you take, right? Like I had to leave a corporate job. Wasn't really all that corporate, but it's a job, right? And I left it, to take care of her. I was still getting paid, but you know there's an expiration date. You feel me? And I accepted that for what it was. That job came with its own set of restraints anyway, and its own level of toxicity that I just didn't want to be around anyway. So I felt like it was a no-brainer. But in life, you have these like split decisions where you can't be 1 foot in, 1 foot out. You gotta just be all in. And so that's what this record, just embodies. Even though it's a lot from other areas going on to where it may make people feel like it's not relatable, to me, it's heavy in the relatability. And that's just me as an artist just saying that I make music for me first before I make it for y'all. Don't get me wrong. I could formulate a record for y'all, but I still gotta like it. Meaning I still gotta identify with it before I release it. You know what I'm saying? So once it's meeting my gates and my checkpoints, that's when the world get it. You feel me? So yeah, man, I know that was a long-winded uh breakdown on Dear Butterfly Shine on Me. Even the title itself was like a journal entry. You know what I'm saying? Titles, artworks, sound of choice, beats of choice. Everything is a coded layer of my intelligence and how I go about crafting these things. You know what I'm saying? So salute to Math Hoffa for sharing the platform. Salute to the chat, for pulling up with the fire reacts, and if you lost somebody out there, you know what I mean? I encourage you to, write it down or take as much photos and videos you can with the people you still have. You know what I'm saying? Because you just never know. You might be scrambling like how I was trying to figure out how you could make it a moment for life. You feel me? So, love.